A bit too prepped. Personally, I'm just prepped to be here. For me, it's the first time to play in a stadium setup, so even though I haven't necessarily made it or done something, I'm thankful for that. Yeah. We're good? My first memory was 2022. I think we were playing against the national deaf team. Yeah. And then Angie had scored 4 goals. And I remember, it's a one game I remember I didn't start well. I remember we were just told, move the ball one side to the other. It was just simple instructions. I remember I just did that. And I remember ball came back, cut back. I think I cut back across at the edge of the box. And I just hit it once with my right foot. Curved around the keeper. I was like, okay. I don't know about you guys, that's my favorite goal. I am not testifying to anything. I scored at least, that's month in itself, I scored like 6 to 8 goals. Until date, I can't remember how all the other goals went, but if you ask me about that one, I can tell you everyone around me who was in the field at that time, who was subs, which coach was on the sideline. And funny enough, it was Coach Kenny, the opposing team's coaches. Personally, when I play football, I feel like I play looking for I'm chasing a particular feeling. The feeling of, yes, I've done it. The feeling of, I've achieved something. I can't necessarily put words to that feeling because it's more of like some elation to some, it's like reliving all the work you've done. It's like proving that all the work you've put in has come out to pay off down in the line. And I remember every time I play football, my target is to always chase that yes feeling. And yes, I've made that tackle. Yes, we blocked that shot. Yes, we scored that goal. Like, that's, yes, I've communicated well today. I mean, that tends to be the target I put in my head over and over again. Eventually, for me, the ultimate goal is to have that yes feeling and yes factor in the pro level. I mean, for me, I've always said it, and the dream will always be to sign a pro contract one day. If right, and you don't have your documents right, then you guys won't go through. So that's for not you stuck.
Okay, the car has decided.
You stuck. That's a fascinating thing.
Reverse. We are.
And we are stuck.
Like for real.
Yep.
Let me put
the back wheel on something.
We are not.
Which wheel is? I'm in mud, so I can't. Can I? I'm in water. Yeah, I'm in water. I'm in water.
No, they can't be serious. It's only moving a few. Let me try this other side while we high.
There you go.
I can try.
I'm gonna drift a bit, yeah.
I think Janice is very, one of those people who have a lot of empathy for other people, perseverance and resilience. She will go out of her way just to ensure that others are more comfortable included. In terms of resilience and perseverance, she, especially through her football journey, she has really persevered a lot. She has really had to, she has had many injuries. She has played with boys who at first they see like a small young girl who is interested in playing football. Then after that, they think they get to know she's really good after a few minutes, so they start now becoming rough and trying to tackle her. And also she has had to persevere a lot and just prove herself that she's actually can do a good job in the field. Being away from home, family.
Mistake kwa homesick ndio shida yangu. Sijai understand. Nimezoea hiyo problem. I mean, nilianza boarding class 6.
Boarding kitambo.
Yeah, I mean, being away from home.
When you went to boarding,
I was very
confident.
Yeah, I adapted way too quickly. Yeah.
Immediately.
I will be looking forward to coming home in August. That's for sure. In my household, I'm the second born out of 3. None of them, apart from my dad, actually watch football. So you have an avid Arsenal supporter, and then no one else watches sports. My sister did swimming, and then there's me who quite literally, I think, picked up a ball, and here we are. So it comes to terms of exposure in the house, there wasn't really much because Dad didn't play the sport, but he watched it. So I remember sitting down on Sundays or Saturdays, or sometimes Fridays, just to watch a football match. You really don't have any understanding of what's going on, but you're happy to just see a ball being kicked around because at the end of the day, you're just thinking whatever they're doing is whatever you're doing in school. So it's the same thing, might as well be. And yeah, I think that's where for sure, everything started.
For me, football is not something I know about, it's not something I understand, and it's not something I've ever had an interest in at all. But for her being able to play football, but knowing the back of her mind, whatever she needs, whatever support she needs, it tells me, Mom, show up here, I'll be there. I think that's the main support I have offered her and I'll continue to offer her. But I can't tell much about the game.
I went to Juja Preparatory. There is when I first played with boys in a team. I was the only girl who played football in that school. We played from kindergarten till around class 4, which would be under 7s for the boys, yes. And I played for the under 7s and I was playing midfield, number 6, if I'm not wrong, yeah. And it was fun, it was interesting because I was the only girl and I remember every time a new team would come and they'd be like, I have a girl on their team, and the coach would be like, I mean, we can't do anything about that factor. And they would think they were on the up and then the game plays and they're like, okay, nah, that's not how it's working. And yeah, after Juja Preparatory, which is when I moved in class, I was going to class 6, I went to Mount Kenya Academy. In Mount Kenya, I moved when I was 10, 11, yeah. That's the first time ever in my life I ever saw a full girls team. Like, from keeper till number 9 girls. And I remember I was shook because I was like, oh, people play football, okay.
Janice, as she grew up, she was a very healthy kid, always playing. The issue is about you can't go to play because it's raining, and she's never had any health problems until high school, 3rd year, towards the end of 2nd year and beginning of that year. That time she really started showing health problems and she'd been in hospital more than out of hospital. And she would miss a lot of classes in school, and obviously she can't go for training and all.
Down the line, I came to Nova. Nova at that time, and I walked in and day 1, I was established as the Form 1 footballer, and I think that's for sure something that ended up taking me to where I am right now, because I was able to join the team. I played with them for I think a month and a half, and then COVID hit us. So I started 2-3 games, and then COVID came and I was like, nope, you guys need to think this again. So for the 9 months of COVID period that we did, I remember I didn't train at all. I didn't play, I don't even think I did classes, no. It was just a lot of, I mean, it's COVID. You sit down, there's a lot of relaxing, that's for sure. Didn't do much training, didn't do much of anything. And then during COVID period, my health started deteriorating, that's for sure. And by October of that month, I got admitted for the first time. And that was a very, very shocking thing, because I'm those guys who used to, I used to brag that I've never gotten a cold for 4 years. And then you're the same person getting admitted. It was a very full circle moment.
But one thing about her, as much as she was sick, her mental mindset was always, she was always upbeat, always, whenever she's not in pain, she's excited about something, there's something she's looking forward to. She was never she was never really down as much as she was sick.
I
remember trying to convince Coach Kim a lot to gather with Angie to try come and join us at Nova, purely because it was such a long time we hadn't played football, and we could see that there were boys who were playing some level of structured football. Like, they were training. I think at that time it was 4 times a week. I'm not necessarily sure, I can't necessarily remember, but they were training 4 times a week. And they were very consistent in the training. And I remember just seeing people's growth from here till here in such a short span of time. And all of us were just amazed to the extent of how that can happen. And I remember, for sure, Angie did spearhead that pushing. She then pushed Coach Kim. And eventually, TTA merged with Nova to begin a residential program on the girls' side. And I feel like that's genuinely the beginning for me for a lot of things.
My first experience as a journey, of course, her passion, her excitement to the game, you do not need to sit down with her to understand that. You just see she's alert to the ball. Any second, every second, she sees the ball, whether watching, whether just anything. It's like she's in her own zone when she sees the football. She's close to a football. She is in the football. She gives her all. So the first time I saw her, that was the first thing that was evidently visible. And at that moment, I knew here we have a talent.
So towards the end of September, Janice told me she's been invited to join SRUSA. Coach Kim had explained to us what it's all about, and we thought it was a really good opportunity for her. But at that time we were doing the camp and the training, we weren't so sure whether it's something she would be able to qualify for. We thought she was gonna do it, but since the invitation took too long, we didn't think it's gonna happen. And then when it happened at the end of September, we were also excited.
I was offered, we talked, my mom was in the meeting, and everyone was just very happy to have that whole discussion. I remember I was just silent, trying to take everything in. I'm like, oh, this is not a joke, like this is actually real. It's my name on the contract, we're not discussing someone else. Like it's actually my name, it's me joining SRUSA, which is very weird. Honestly. Okay.
So what's the biggest excitement about the travel?
Traveling alone, which is
really?
Yeah, I'm actually psyched about that. Honestly, the whole airport experience alone. Let's go. Also, I don't know, a new area. I'm more scared about the cold.
Janice is 18 years old now. She'll be moving to US to be on her own and to pursue a career she's really worked hard on for a long time. As a mother, it's exciting, it's interesting to see that something that was just a hobby has come to amount to something that can be recognized as a talent. So that is really exciting for me as a mother.
Personally, I know that my parents, to a big extent, not even to some extent, are the reasons why I push the way I push. I feel like I was able to be given the environments to succeed, to thrive, to grow, to learn, to make mistakes, to adapt. I was put in environments that I had to change my thinking process and adapt, grow up, mature, that's for sure. And I think with all that, it taught me some basics for the game, which would be discipline, patience, some level of respect, understanding. I feel if there's anything for sure is that football has made me a better person, purely because I had to relearn and unlearn to be a better individual, for me to be a better player in the field, for me to be a better teammate, better yet for me to be a better captain. I had to be able to adapt, learn, learn how to not to put myself first, how to fight for others. I feel once I was able to understand that, purely because I was instilled with the core values of respect, patience, understanding from my parents, I believe I was able to thrive and understand my teammates so much better, understand coaches from the perspective they're coming from, and overall just be a better individual, which is the target in life at the end of the day, to just grow into be a better person.